evening, everybody. Welcome to the August 14th edition of Vegas Unwrapped. Can you believe it? August 14th. Kids are getting ready to go back to school. Everything is going on, and we're still trying to get set up here in the studio. Everybody's in attendance, Mr. Cash. How are you, sir?
I'm good. You know, we're technologically challenged, and as you well know,
right?
We and
Did you say
well,
we?
No, me, and that's the hey. Listen, I agree that VCR is still blinking.
There you
12
go.
o'clock, but. Wanted to bring this in tonight because we have so many guests. I want to try to keep track of what's going on. So I'm a little bit behind with this, but give me a few minutes and I'm up and running.
Okay, well, there you go. Our phone number is 702-483-4444. We've got a packed show tonight. We've got Bill Miller from the Vegas Lions football team, as well as co-host of the Vegas Lions football show that's here on Wednesday afternoons at noontime right here at Vegas All Net Radio.
Part of Vegas Unwrapped Productions.
And he co-hosts that with Jeff Belknap. Then after that, we have Tom Rasich, who's Consummate Specialty Design, the company that actually made up our shirts and jerseys that we wore for our first game where we threw out the first pitch. Nina 10 from the Senior Spotlight Spectacular will be in studio a little later on to talk about that event. And then in the second hour, we have a young lady coming in, Shalani Henreid. She works for an organization, it's her own organization called Mosaic Sky. They have an event coming up this weekend, which I will be hosting solo, since you, Mr. Cash, will be on an airplane heading back to Philadelphia to wed your daughter, Jamie Lee.
And what happened today, they got a new car. They got a 2014 Chevy Cruze about 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
And Adrian, her husband-to-be, right, driving the car today, somebody came out of a turn and totaled the car.
Totaled the car?
Totaled the car. He's fine. This guy's a gorilla.
Wow.
But anyway, totaled the car. So she got all upset. Call me, daddy, what do I do?
Wow.
I said, call your insurance company immediately.
Totaled the car.
And she did, and it wasn't his fault, so they're going to go after them. They get a rental car so they could still do their little trip up to the Poconos. So all's well that ends well, but I feel so bad. They got a new car and it's gone
Wow.
already.
I think that's got to be some sort of record.
It's pretty close. I knew somebody that totaled the car within a month, but this is like seriously 2 weeks.
Wow.
Yeah. So, Jamie, we're thinking of you, dear.
Jeez. We're thinking I'm staying off the roads wherever you are is what I'm thinking. But anyway, all right.
Anyway.
Listen, we've got a tight show. We got about a minute before we go to Bill. Do you have any shout-outs?
Yeah, I have
Empire
stuff. Yeah,
stuff?
I do have one Empire of the Week shout-out. And really, it wasn't such a special thing, except this lady reminded me so much of the person who inspired me as a child. My mother's sister, my aunt, we called her Gag, and she was a school teacher in the New York City school system for 35 years, and she really influenced me as far as learning about things other than just going outside and playing ball.
Right.
She took me when I was 5 and 6 years old to operas and ballets and things like that, and she always said to me, you got to promise me that every day for the rest of your life you'll read something for at lest 15 minutes. And she was just such a wonderful lady. Well, here I meet this woman whose name escapes me. No, I got it right here. And she's a school teacher. She just retired from the Clark County school system, and she was absolutely a sweetheart. She reminded me so much. Her name is Jean Weber, and whether she had bought something or not, it didn't matter. I spent about 2.5 hours talking with her and her daughter and a friend who came over to advise her, and one of the sweetest ladies that I have met in the 11 months that I've been working at Empire. So, Jean, I wanted to give you this shout out and tell you that I think you're a very special lady.
Very cool.
Yep.
Sounds good.
Yep.
All right, with that, I know he's on a tight schedule because I believe tonight's practice or something. Is it Thursday nights for you, Mr. Miller?
Yes, it is.
Listen to that voice.
I know. Bill Miller, we used to call him the voice.
I hate him.
We still call him the voice.
Sure we do.
Co-host of Vegas Lions football every Wednesdays from noon to 1 with Jeff Belknap. Both Jeff and Bill own the Vegas Lions football team. And this Saturday is opening season for the Lions. Is that correct, sir?
That is correct.
You guys must be excited, right?
Absolutely. absolutely. I mean, it seemed like it was just January when we were, getting ready for spring practice, OTAs, no pad workouts, with head coach Alan Tommy Callan every Saturday. And here we are, we just a few hours away from our opening home game for the 2014 season.
That's amazing.
What's the predictions? How's the team looking? Who are some of the players that the fans should kind of keep an eye out for?
Well, I think that this year we absolutely are going to be better than last year. And honestly, the bar, we didn't set the bar real high last year. So, but we're really excited. We've got some returning players from last year. Unfortunately, got some very bad news. Tuesday night's practice, Micah Hare, our starting quarterback, tweaked his knee.
Oh, no.
And we just found out that it's an MCL.
Oh, jeez.
And he's going to be out for at least maybe 2 months, maybe 3.
Wow. So who's your backup?
Believe it or not, Tyrese.
Hello.
No, yeah, right.
Tyrese Gibbs, he's absolutely a fine young man. He played quarterback for us last year, late in the year, took a licking and kept on ticking because we were extremely weak in the O-line. And this kid not only had to run for himself,
Sounds like he had to run for
his life.
Wow.
But and he actually was in an auto accident in the off season, and he has been rehabbing, and he just luckily came back to practice 2 weeks ago. He's had a chance to participate in at least one scrimmage, so he's got a really good understanding of the playbook. And but here's a couple of names that you may remember. Mm-hmm. Gregory Scroggins. I think you may remember Greg from the Vegas Kings.
Right.
Greg is back again, soldiering on. I can't believe the young man's 32 years old.
Wow.
Which tells me how old I'm getting. He's still playing safety, still putting the big licks. Stephon Dorsey, of course, is back. And you remember Stephon from also from the Kings.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. And, and he's going to be anchoring at that linebacker position. And we've got some new faces. Alex Paquette, young guy who's going to be a cornerback, and he's almost been like a regular on our weekly radio show.
Okay.
So, folks, if you've listened to the show recently, you'll know Alex, young gun, 20 years old. I actually tried to recruit his dad at our signing day. I didn't realize that it was his father, and he was saying, "Well, actually, I'm just here with my son." But as it turns out, I wasn't too far off. He had actually just stopped playing a year ago.
Wow.
In the local minor league. League arena.
So where is opening game being played?
Always at the Lions Den, Henderson International School, 1165 Sandy Ridge Avenue in beautiful Henderson, Nevada.
And tickets
are 89052 for your GPS freaks.
Tickets are what?
Tickets are $10 for adults. Kids under 12 and under are free.
Nice.
1 o'clock kickoff, as will be all the home games this year. And just for the fans of Vegas Unwrapped, we'd also like to offer 2 season packs.
Wow.
Which is good for 2 adults, free to get into for the season. We're going to have 7 home games this year.
Okay.
So we invite you all to to find out everything about Vegas Lions football, our schedule, because it's always hectic. Our website is thevegaslions.com. Like us on Facebook, which is Vegas Lions as well, and also Twitter, Vegas Lions, and the Vegas Lions on Instagram.
The phone number 702-483-4444. First call at a call. Why is your mouse glowing pink, Mr. Cash?
Cammy bought it.
Oh, God. 702-483-4444. First call or call in will get that family pack of 2 season tickets. Is that correct?
That's right. And we're going to offer you guys 2 so you can get them throughout the night.
Excellent. Well, we appreciate that. 702-483-4444. If you even Skype in, we'll take a Skype caller to call in if need be. And, of course, you can Skype in at Vegas All Net Radio. First caller, first Skyper will get that season ticket pack. So what's your prediction for the team this year? I know you're going to talk as a host versus an owner, but where are you seeing the team this year?
I see us absolutely. I would say we're going to have 8 regular season games within the league.
Okay.
We also have a scrimmage against a team called the Atlanta Capitals.
Okay.
And they'll be coming in. We have a bye week later in the year. They're going to be coming into town. But I predict that this team is probably going to go 5-3.
Okay.
And we'll have a legitimate shot at the playoffs.
Cool.
Excellent. That sounds great.
Has it been everything you expected it to be as an owner?
Yeah, and then some.
And then some.
Last year we took our lumps. We
Right.
knew we were. This year we got started much earlier, late in 2013. So we had a chance to ramp up. We're in a much better position than we were in 2013.
Good.
And with Jeff and I, it's hands on. We have an outstanding coaching staff.
Right.
Tommy Kylan, he's our head coach. Tommy was a part of the staff last year, but when we had some defections, Tommy hung in there and proved that he was absolutely the right man for the job. Demetrius Purdy-Williams is one of our defensive coaches, and Ian Tunney is our O-line and defensive line coach. And they both have worked with Tommy in the past, and they have a real understanding. But more importantly, they've got this team grinding. They really do, and these guys are hungry.
It just gives me chills a little bit, Aaron, because I'm thinking back to the old Lions, the
Kings.
The Kings, I mean, and, Mello and Tico Pringle, and they're both already commenting on Bill being here on the show.
Yeah, it was sad to see Mello hang him up, and I think Tico, for the most part, is, he's looking for an opportunity, but not the opportunity to play in a non-paid league.
Right. Yeah.
Right. I think that Tico always will have the skill set to play at the pro level.
No question about it. I called him the best shutdown cornerback I ever saw.
Yeah,
whether
unbelievable.
it was pro and non-pro.
And special teams, he was just an absolute game changer.
He was a beast.
Absolutely. That 2010 season with the Kings.
With that run back.
Yeah.
That was the best.
That's
just one of the best I've ever seen.
Unbelievable.
But if you need a quarterback, I hear Tim Tebow's still available.
Yeah, we're talking to Tim's agents, and we're trying to say that he also is going to have to play in the slot, and he's holding out to just be a straight
quarterback.
Straight quarterback.
Unbelievable. The poor guy.
Well, listen, we know you have to run off to practice. Again, folks, 702-483-4444 is the number to get that season ticket pass for 2. Call in or Skype in Vegas All Net Radio. If you're listening to this on podcast, what can we do for podcast, folks? Can we do something for podcast, folks?
Absolutely.
Send us an email at vegasunwrapped@gmail.com.
That's one way.
Tell us you heard Bill's offer, and we will hook you up and still get you a season ticket pass if you heard it on podcast. But you got to mention
on the VIP guest list for the games.
There you go. Sounds good. All right, Mr. Bill, always good to see you, sir. Give the team our regards. Say hi to Jeff for us.
I certainly will. Thank you, guys.
All right, good luck with the season.
See you, Bill.
Bill Miller of the Vegas Lions, co-host of the Vegas Lions football show and co-owner of the Vegas Lions football team, kicking off this Saturday for their season number 2. So.
And always a dear friend of the Vegas Unwrapped family.
Absolutely.
Bill went through a lot of growing pains with us.
Yes, no question.
But he was always there. He's a good man.
Absolutely. All right, a couple of quick shout-outs. I know Mr. Perez is listening tonight. We'll be hearing more. We'll talk about that. Actually, let's talk about it now. This Tuesday night, we will be kicking off on KLAV from 6 to 8 p.m. over on KLAV, 12:30 a.m. Raw Power Sports and Entertainment, a new 2-hour show that you and Mr. Rich Perez and myself are going to be co-hosting, where we're going to be talking about the world of sports, mixed in with some entertainment features here and there, folks that are relevant and prominent in entertainment that are also sports fans that we can intertwine into the show, and we're really looking forward to that.
One of the things that we're going to do within the first 2 or 3 weeks of the show, one of the reasons we're not going to do it right away is because I'm going to miss Tuesday night, but we're going to try to start within our own, within our own friend group. We're going to try to start a fantasy football league with you and me and Rich and, maybe Bobcat, maybe John, a few of the people that we know, because fantasy football is a big deal these days, and we're going to take an in-depth look at fantasy football and how it affects the average fan.
Among other things, but fantasy football will certainly be a topic. We're going to talk NCAAs. We're going to talk about local sports, UNLV, the Rebels. We're going to be talking about anything and everything under the sun. It's drive time, 12:30, KLAV, 12:30 a.m. from 6 to 8, debuting this Tuesday, the 19th, Raw Power Sports. All right, with that, I think we'll step aside for our first break. Hopefully our first guest is in the green room. room. I'll go out and check them out to see if they're there. You're listening to Vegas Unwrapped. Phillips and Cash, Bobcat on the board, JPEG's behind the camera. We'll be back after this. Back to Vegas Unwrapped. Aaron Phillips, Ricky Cash, Bobcat on the board, JPEG's behind the camera, and you, the listener. Before we go to our first guest,
Okay, and do your thing. I got one quickie, and then we'll get on with the show.
Okay.
Ooh, a quickie.
Well, it's all part of the show.
Well, you know what I'm talking about.
Get on with the show. What was the date of the race out at the, you don't have a mic. Here, grab that one. What was the date of the race again between you and Sergio? When was that?
Oh, God. June 20.
End of June, right?
June 28th, something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, you lost your locks, but I see you're still keeping it short, which looks really good on you, by the way.
Yeah.
But we had made a pledge to you a couple of weeks after that based on how close you get to $3,000 raised, if you got within $100,
Okay.
Vegas and Rap
Yes.
Productions would make up the difference to get you to that $3,000.
Okay.
Unfortunately, once turning 50, my memory banks have started slipping until tonight.
It happens.
So I'm going to give you that check for $85.
Thank you very,
to be
very much.
donated to the Las Vegas Motor Speedway Children's Charities. We know you've gotten other donations since,
Right.
But at least we know that that's taken care of, and we got you covered. And donation from Vegas Unwrapped.
I shall give this to Mrs. Bobcat, who will be seeing the lovely
folks up there.
Yeah, there you go. See, got years on you, and my brain's still going.
Now, just make sure you put down 2014 instead of 2015.
Make sure I even sign the check.
Yeah, really?
I spent 12 years in credit and collections. I know how to dodge these things.
Okay.
No, but you're all set there from Vegas Unwrapped.
Thank
It was
you,
our
guys.
pleasure to be
Appreciate
part of it and make a donation to the cause. And
Paulette Anderson, that was her
We're
name.
really
yes.
looking forward to getting back out there.
Absolutely.
Especially when the weather gets a little,
Octoberish.
comfortable.
Octoberish is great.
Yes.
Best month of the year out here.
All right, you had something before we go to Tom.
Yeah, I can't let a show go by without saying hi to my buddy Lois. Hi, Lois.
Hi, Lois.
Love you, dear. Next.
I don't love you as much because I don't know you as long.
Well,
but
but-
I love you because you're a fan.
She is a big fan and a critic. She tells me what
She loves the videos,
she
too.
loves the video.
She loves the videos.
So let's wave to her. All
Yeah,
right.
wave to her. All
Good
right.
job.
Hi there. All right.
Now we can move on.
All right, good. Back on July 28th, Mr. Cash and I had the opportunity to throw out the first pitch at Cashman Field, home to Las Vegas 51s, which is the AAA affiliate of the New York Mets. Obviously, someone is geographically ignorant to realize we're on the West Coast to them being on the East Coast.
Be nice.
But, well, it is what it is.
And by the way, the 51s happen to be the leaders in the PSL.
Yes,
and
they
we'll
are.
be going to the playoffs. You want to go to a game? I'll make it happen.
We throw out another first pitch during playoffs?
Oh, you can. Let me think about it.
All right, wait a minute. All right,
All
let's
right.
get back on track here. So
I need new uniforms.
So what? No, we're not getting new ones. We're not wearing them once and discarding them. Sorry, although Tom would like that, but that's not going to happen. And I go to a couple of different networking groups. And Tuesday mornings, I go to a group called Business Connectors. Meets Tuesday mornings at 7 a.m. at the Bacon Bar on Rancho and Gowan, up in the northwest part of town. And one of my co-members there is Mr. Tom. He is the owner of Consummate Specialty Design, and he bailed us out and got us great T-shirts and jerseys for us to wear in probably record time, I would think, for what we asked for. Would that be a correct statement?
Yes, normally it takes just 10 days just to get the artwork itself
Right,
done.
right.
But we got it handled for you.
Yeah, Tom took care of us, and we were emailing about logos and sizes, and it would be better if we do this. Okay, do this. Whatever's going to make it easier and quicker and faster. Everything came out perfect. You can see us in our jerseys on our Facebook page, Vegas Unwrapped Internet Radio.
Right, it's now on the top of the status
Well,
bar.
that's because I told people what the private message is. Seeing us turned
Yeah.
around backwards. Did you see our cover page?
Yes.
Did you see what I keep telling people that is?
Yep.
Cash's birth year, 1811.
I can't believe it. It's all right.
So anyway, Tom, thank you for coming in tonight. Thank you for really being one of the vendors in relationship with Vegas Unwrapped, and tell us about the business. Now, I know what you do as well, so let's give a little history.
Well, basically, I got into the business when I got activated. I was a reservist in the Air Force, and when I got activated, a lot of us were trying to purchase products. People weren't giving us what we needed, weren't giving us the proper turnaround time when they said they were going to give it. So I was talking with my partner. I said, you know what? I'm just going to start a business doing this. And that's how I ended up getting started with it. And a lot of my clients right now are a lot of military units out here, a lot of local law enforcement I deal with as well as the Emerald Society, which we now have here in Vegas, a police and pipe fire band. And
Okay.
we got everything running that way.
Guys, let's just simplify this. We can give you his website, which we will do in a little bit. And I heard you tell somebody at the meeting this past week that you have like not over 950 items just on the website. But pretty much, if you can think it, he can print it.
And that's pretty amazing because, we could have, if we had more time, come up with even more original stuff. So maybe when we use them again,
I'm sure
we'll come
will.
up with some really crazy
I'm sure. And the T-shirts everybody loved. And I think the best decision we made, Tom, is when you emailed me about the multiple colors in the background. And to simplify it, we went with just the white and the black.
Right.
And the way it stands out on the shirts, people love the shirts. I mean, I have 4 shirts left. And people really love the Vegas Unwrapped T-shirts. So
I would love to see that shirt in orange and blue.
no,
Never happened.
it's not Vegas Unwrapped colors. Besides, we support the Mets. So.
I support the Mets.
Yeah, but you outvoted in the studio.
Sorry.
That's right. So,
Wait till you see what I have coming up. We'll leave it at that.
Well, one thing I can tell you, I'm real good with Photoshop, and I can get pictures of you real easy. And
and I've seen his work.
Unbelievable.
I've seen his work on coffee mugs and everything else.
Hey, Bobcat. Yeah. Let's take that money and get out of here, all right? We're going out for a bite to eat or something.
It's not going to get you very far.
It's a check.
It's a check. It's not cash.
Darn.
See, I know my stuff. All right, so what is let's talk about going to print. What are some of the pitfalls that people fall into that you have to correct people when they want to get stuff printed?
I would say about 90% of businesses, when they come to me and say they want something printed, like you guys, do you have your original artwork that's print ready? Most people do not have that.
Okay.
And that's a very big issue. Another portion of my business, besides just doing T-shirts that are silk screened and mugs, I do what they call sublimation.
Okay.
And with sublimation, a lot of times I have to blow a photo up. Somebody will take a picture with a cell phone, and it's a 2x2 picture, and they want me to blow it up to a tile mural that's 12 by 12.
Right.
It's not happening.
Right.
So big issue, the proper artwork that's needed to get everything printed.
Okay. And what is the proper format for stuff to be print ready?
Usually print ready, it's going to be Adobe Illustrator.
Okay.
It'll be what they call EPS or Corel Draw.
Okay. Now, if someone, although I know I provided you with the JPEG of our logo,
Right.
you were able to convert it, you or whoever else were able to convert it into the format that you need it.
Correct. Normally, I would have to contract that out
Right.
to a graphic arts designer because
Okay.
I don't do total graphic arts.
Right. So you can actually get the file converted into the proper print format.
Yes.
Right. And there's a small charge for that.
Correct.
But it's one time.
Yes.
Once you have the artwork, it's done for as many prints as you need it.
Right.
Okay. See, I learned a lot during our session.
I'm telling you know more about that than you know about alarms.
That's true. That's very true. John has a comment behind the camera.
I have a question.
Question.
If to provide you with the artwork, is it better to get a TIFF file or a JPEG file? Which is easier for you?
I can go with either or.
Yeah.
If I'm printing on the sublimation, usually a JPEG will come out better because of the quality. When I print it, it'll actually look better.
Okay.
And again, it's all going to depend on the size of
Resolution, right.
what I'm going to blow it up to.
Okay. Thank you.
What does TIFF stand for?
It's short for Tiffany.
Oh, I like JPEG, right?
Technical terms.
Now, so how long has the business been in play right now?
Since about 2005.
Okay. And I, like I said, I know that through our networking, I know you get a lot of usage. A lot of folks come to you for a lot of stuff. I always like asking this of our guests. What's the weirdest thing anybody's asked you to print? That you just kind of shook your head and said, am I really printing this out?
I've actually done some work for some of the bookstores in town.
Okay,
So,
gotcha. I'm thinking about that. You can say the adult bookstores. That's okay. That's okay. We're on the internet. You can say whatever you want.
That's true.
So,
But I will print for anybody or anything.
okay. Do you do any work outside of town? Can somebody from Wish Coast, Kenosha, Wisconsin, call you for work?
They can call me, email me, whatever
Okay.
they're looking for. A lot of stuff. While I was in the military, I was canine.
Right.
A lot of canine guys know me. They like to get tile murals,
Okay.
coffee mugs. Canine handlers love their dogs.
Right.
So I do stuff across the nation for them.
Okay. Do you get military discounts?
Yes.
Okay. I just kind of threw that out there. Mr. Cash, any questions? I see your computer's booting up.
Yeah, just quit on me.
That's because you're working it too hard instead of paying attention
I'm
to the
listening
interview.
to everything. Are you kidding me?
Well, do you have any questions?
I want to
Checking
get.
like the
I
Mets.
want to get a mug with my picture on it
Why would you want to do that?
because I like to look at myself.
He's looking up the definition of TIF.
Exactly. So
I smell a cashism coming here.
that's right. It's on its way.
I'm
It is
saving
on
it
its
for
way.
the second hour.
Jeez. There ain't going to be much time in the second hour. Anyway, all right. So give the website. Let's talk about that.
It's www.consummatedesigns.net.
Spell consummate because I don't think I know I struggle with it.
I got it.
CONSUMMATE designs.net.
There you go.
See, I would have missed the second M.
Right. See, that's why I wanted him to spell
I'm
it.
telling you the truth, though.
That's why I wanted him to spell it.
And a lot of people do ask what consummate is,
Right.
and their mind goes to the gutter right away.
Right.
And consummate just means
The best of everything.
best of everything,
Right.
perfect in every way.
Right. There you go. There you go.
My mind was definitely in the gutter, and I'm going on 1812, so 1811.
1811. You don't know your own number.
Whatever.
1811. Oh my gosh.
There it is.
All right. So what kind of products do you have up on your website when people go there?
There's about 950,000 items for promotions.
Okay.
I do have one section that says custom imprintables. The custom imprintables is a lot of people want custom gifts. They don't want 100 coffee mugs, whatever. I'll do one coffee mug if you want one coffee mug.
Right.
Picture the kid on there, picture the grandkids on there, jewelry boxes, tile murals. But under custom imprintables on the bottom, I actually keep a catalog attached that you can open up, and that covers the majority of the products. There is too many other products that I use out there. I know a big one I do a lot of whiskey flasks. I do a lot of cigarette lighters, the Zippo lighters.
Mm-hmm.
Those actually are not in the catalog because I have to use different companies
Right.
for different things.
No, you do shop around for the best price and the best availability
Yes.
as well.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, because you know what? For what we did, Cash, we ordered 36 T-shirts, which
Yeah.
is a decent quantity for shirts.
Yeah.
But the curveball in all of this was only asking for 2 jerseys, because usually for shirts, I mean, you have what would have been the normal minimum.
14.
Yeah. See, so we really
Our team,
Right.
A Vegas Unwrapped team. I could see it now.
softball team.
Yeah.
Co-ed.
Now, what I
I'll
did
coach.
do on the jerseys,
Right.
instead of them being silk screened, I
Right.
did them like regular jerseys
Right.
with a vinyl.
Okay.
So
No, but it worked though. It was just in terms of just getting 2 jerseys. Usually, you need minimum quantities for certain orders. So again, this is just an example of how Tom and his flexibility in his business is able to work with just about anybody's needs that is there.
And I think, quite frankly, and I think that's unique because if you go into just a regular place, they have certain minimums, and you can't.
They stick to 'em.
They have to, because they're doing things in large, gross, stuff, and I love it.
Absolutely.
I was so excited to see the T-shirts and the
jerseys.
The jersey was just tremendous.
I know.
There it is.
I know. There it is.
now, one of the good things what I did with when I do the T-shirts like that, all the screens are kept. So you had the $40 setup fee on there.
Right.
That's never going to be charged to you again. You can
Right.
call me up next year and you want those same T-shirts again. You can call
screen's
me up
already done.
5 years from now. The screens are ready to go and there is no recharge for that.
Okay.
Let me ask you a silly question because this has to do with those T-shirts. And although I was kidding, I wasn't kidding before with the orange and blue. But what if we had a need for different colors? Could that take place with
Yes.
what we have?
Yes.
Okay, that would be great.
The only difference a lot of people don't know when you do a shirt, if I print that exact logo on a white shirt, that was a 3-color logo that we did on that white shirt.
Right.
If I went to a black shirt, it's actually going to go to a 4-color logo.
Right.
And the reason being you have to put a white underlayment on the dark colors to make the regular
Stand
colors
out.
stand
that,
out.
Right.
Obviously, that makes sense.
Because in our regular logo for the computer top, if you look at the screen, there's multiple shades of like a grayish brown almost
Right.
that's in the background.
Right.
So the original color was like what, 8 colors or something?
Yes.
I mean, it was ridiculous, and I didn't
Okay.
realize what was in there when it was developed.
How do you like that?
So Tom calls me and says, it would be really cheaper and be better if we just white out the whole screen background and just go with the basic white, black, and red. And I said, go for it. I mean, it looks, I think it pops better
Yes.
with the white background and the black trim from the computer screen as it is. So,
Yeah.
all right, we're at the bottom of the hour. I want to step aside for a quick break. Stick around, some more questions for you, because I want to let I haven't told Mr. Cash what you do at night, and it'll throw him for a loop. So I want to get into that for a few minutes.
How special.
You're listening to Tom, Consummate Specialty Designs. He's the guy. He is the official T-shirt jersey preparer of Vegas Unwrapped Internet Radio. Aaron Phillips, Ricky Cash.
And when we come back, a sports update.
Yeah, because we had to know how the Little League team did today.
Yeah, we really. You got to.
Did they won?
Oh,
All right, well, we'll get the official
Let's
report and
get the
stats
official
from
report.
Bobcat.
All
That's
right.
right. Everybody was following. It's all good. We'll be back right after this. We're chatting with Tom, the owner of Consummate Specialty Designs, the man behind the T-shirts and jerseys of Vegas Unwrapped. Maybe what we'll do is we'll have to put them on our website for sale, for order. Mugs, get all the tchotchkes.
Why not?
Have people buy them, make us money.
I think it's a great idea.
All right. We will go to a sports break in the next segment, but I wanted Tom to share. I mean, obviously he does very well with this stuff, but I want to get into what he does as well, because I think it's just as important for the community what he does, and maybe Mr. Cash can ask him a couple of questions. Tom, why don't you share with our audience what else you do?
Full time, I work down at the jail
In Vegas or North Las Vegas?
in Las Vegas.
Took a deep breath.
We do babysit for North Las Vegas as well.
How long you been doing that?
Actually, for the city of Las Vegas right now, I've been there 15 years.
And North Las Vegas?
They've only been coming to us for a couple of years now.
That's good. I've managed to have a couple of nice interviews up there with my friends at the North Las Vegas Police.
That's if you want to call it an interview.
Well, it was a 3-day interview.
You were the other guy, weren't you?
I was
you
the
were
other
big
guy.
No, you were the big guy.
I was. They called me the OG.
The OG, the
They
old guy.
called me. No, they called me OG.
Not Olympic Gardens.
No, it was
Not Olive Garden.
It was original gangster. yeah, the oldest guy in lockup. But you do what you got to do.
As they say, stuff happens.
Stuff happens to you. Hey, listen, it's not just me.
No.
No, our friend over across the hall, whose name I won't mention. he and I could share a couple of
Yes,
stories.
no, don't.
But we're not
Yes.
going to go there.
No,
'cause
that's
I
private conversation.
I want to keep my friendship.
Yes, exactly, exactly. Now you're involved in one of the bands.
Yes, the Police and Fire Emerald Society Band.
Right.
I'm one of the bagpipers for them.
Yeah, that'd have been cool.
Awesome.
Do you attend the hockey game and the baseball softball game with the police against the fire
Yes.
here? Oh, that must be a lot of fun.
Yes.
Because those guys take it real seriously,
Oh, yeah.
don't they? Unbelievable.
There's a big thing between the police and fire. And then one of the other things I also do, I'm on the board with the Injured Police Officers Fund.
Right.
And what we basically do is any officer that's hurt or killed in the line of duty, we assist with their families. If an officer's hurt here in Vegas and their family lives in New York, we'll get the family out here. We have contacts with airlines and hotels to get them
So
priority.
the family can be together.
Yes.
Now, were you guys involved with the 2 cops that were shot at CC's?
Yes.
I'm sure you are. I was just going to say you probably had a pretty busy summer.
Yes, I was actually involved with the 2 officers. I go to the hospital when I can,
Right.
If I'm not working, and then after that, I'm also on the honor guard. So I was playing bagpipes, for both funerals.
Right.
With the Injured Police Officers Fund, we did numerous fundraisers for the families of both fallen officers and Mr. Wilcox as well. We couldn't take him into our nonprofit, but we did have people that were promoting his, and we did the 3 families
Right.
together.
Well, that's good. That's good.
It's an amazing, and we'll jump off this for a second. It is an amazing outpouring of community support that I have never seen in the 20 years that I've been in Las Vegas for the support for the 2 policemen and the hero, right, who gave his life trying to stop what could have been a tragedy beyond anything this city has ever had. So we take our hats off to that, and we don't forget. That's
No.
one of the things you
No.
and I, we keep all the things in mind that have happened here, because all too often, right? All too often, a couple of months go by, and people just go on with their lives, and they kind of forget that, there was something very tragic, and you have to keep that in mind when you go out and you do things, and you got to be thankful for what the police and the fire department do for us in this city. It's almost you can't even explain it.
Right.
Now you had in your family, you have a background.
My grandfather.
Your grandfather was a
police officer back in Linden, New Jersey. I still have his policeman's uniform and his dress cap, and I used to wear it as a Halloween outfit growing up as a kid.
Sure.
I have his badge. I have his skeleton keys. I mean, I still have the whole setup. And he was actually the first Jew on the force.
Wow.
And he was paired with the first African American officer
sure.
on the
They
force.
figured they'd kill each other, right?
No, not them.
Come on, I'm only
No. But back there, who knows what people were thinking? But the sergeant, just drilled the two of them. because they were the minorities.
Right.
The stories my grandfather used to tell me was absolutely ridiculous. It was ridiculous.
Unbelievable.
Anyway, let's go back. Contact information for Consummate.
They can email me at promos617@yahoo.com.
Okay.
Gave the website already. Phone number would be 702-682-8397.
Now, I want to put an open challenge out there to any of our local listeners, whether you're listening to this live or on podcast, because we have about 70% of our listener base are local. Tom and I are members of a networking group, as I mentioned before, called Business Connectors. We meet Tuesday morning at the Bacon Bar. It used to be Cary Sports Pub, which, if you watch Bar Rescue, was one of the bars that John Taffer rescued and turned it into the Bacon Bar. 7 a.m., where our local business owners get together. And for those who know what networking is, you kind of support each other and help build businesses and everything else. The challenge I'm going to throw out, Tom, is if anybody comes as a result of hearing us talk about it, okay, as a first-time member, and they join, they have to join, which is 4 consecutive meetings before the group will, quote-unquote, accept them in. There's no membership, there's no nothing. The only out-of-pocket is if you want to eat breakfast. And trust me, the bacon's worth the breakfast.
Oh, my goodness.
It's a great place.
Yeah.
Vegas Unwrapped will pick up the breakfast for the first new member that comes in and joins BC, okay, after they become a member, and they have to tell you or me that they heard about us talking about it here on the show.
And I'll get the second member.
There you go. All right.
Excellent job.
How's
guys.
that?
Excellent
All right.
job.
And also, too, we're hoping to get the injured police organization. You're working on getting them available for us to meet them
Yes.
here as well. So
Yeah, we would love to have them just to show our support.
Absolutely.
And for them to tell their story.
And if people want more info on the stuff itself from the Injured Police Officers Fund, they can go to helplasvegascops.com.
good stuff. By the way, do you know the BC website off the top of your head? Business Connectors LV?
I believe that's what
.com.
it is. Yes.
So that's also another location you can get Tom's information. That's the website for Business Connectors, businessconnectorslv.com, or go to vegasunwrap.net, and I actually have a link at the top of the second page, the About Us page, back to the website. So
No way.
yeah,
All right.
if you check the website every once in a while, you
Well,
see what I do.
listen, you know that I am working very hard to
Get your VCR working.
forget him.
All right, Tom, thank you for coming in tonight, boss.
I'm not talking
No
to
problem.
You're heading to Hawaii.
Bobcat, you got a
No,
new partner
actually,
for the show.
Emerald Isle, North Carolina.
Oh, North Carolina. Okay.
Very nice.
good. You're heading out soon, right? This weekend or something?
This weekend I'm going up to Utah. Next week I'm going to be out at Emerald Isle.
There you go. Man's going on vacation, so don't call him until he comes back.
Nothing wrong with that. But when you do, you get yourself a hell of a buy.
There you go. All right, that's Tom from Consummate Specialty Design. More with him down the line with the Injured Police Officers Fund, hopefully. You're listening to Vegas Unwrapped. On the other side of the break, hopefully Nina 10 will be in studio talking about the Senior Spotlight Spectacular on the 23rd of August at the Orleans. Vegas Unwrapped will be there with the table for the 3rd event in a row, Mr. Cash.
Yeah, we're looking forward to
I'm
that.
trying to get us away from the band, though.
Well, it's you know what? The best part of that thing, every single vendor has chocolate on their table.
That's right.
It's amazing.
All right, Phillips and Cash, Bobcat on the board, JPEG behind the camera, and you, the listener, will be back right after this. Cash, the crew is here. Joining.
And the guests just keep on coming.
Well, it's a typical Chinese fire drill kind of show. We got more guests tonight than we know what to do with, which is a nice problem to have. Joining us now in studio, the coordinator, the head honcho, the big cheese, the numero uno, Miss Nina 10 from the Senior Spotlight Spectacular event, August 23rd at the Orleans. Vegas Unwrapped has been proud participant over the last couple of events. We'll be there again. How are you, Nina?
I am doing fabulous. Spectacular.
Spectacular should be the word of the day.
Yes.
So you're huffing huffing and puffing. You must be running around going crazy.
Yes. We're on a 30-day marathon of promotions for this wonderful event that's going to benefit the Nevada Veterans Foundation and the Fisher House Las Vegas.
Absolutely.
Nice.
You know, we've participated in the last two. We've been there with the table and meeting some businesses and whatnot. And I'll tell you what, other than the swamp cooler effect that the Orleans has instead of a real air conditioner, okay, I've never sweated so much indoors being there when you're setting up everything. This is one heck of an event that people come out. Literally thousands of people come out for this every time.
Absolutely. We had last year a little over 2,500 people came out to the Orleans to get free resources and services and see this huge show that just seems to get bigger and bigger each year. And also to support the Nevada Veterans Foundation and to lend their support to the attention of the needs of veterans and health care. And the Fisher House is one of those projects that seems to get everyone's attention.
You would be real pleased to know, Nina, that last night when we were doing our weekly interviews over at the Siena Trattoria Italian restaurant, that we ran into a gentleman and a group of people that are involved in starting
Homes for Vets Now is the name of the organization.
Fantastic.
And they are an amazing group of people that plan to literally build a small city within an area to help vets throughout, homeless vets, and bring them back into the mainstream community and become really accomplished people that they deserve to get.
Well, we definitely have a need for that.
Oh, and I'll tell you, so we were excited about that too.
Yeah, they're taking old containers, the old shipping container, like Container Park downtown, and they're making it a whole city with food cultivation, everything, a self-sustained city for the homeless vets.
Oh, I love that idea.
They have land already set aside in West Virginia. Their corporate offices in California. They're looking for land here. So it's really interesting how all of a sudden in the last 24 hours these programs for vets, and well deserved, are finally coming to the forefront and fruition to support our vets.
Well, Las Vegas it definitely has a huge need with the VA hospital bringing in a lot of vets and families from out of state because of the specialized services. It makes sense. This is going to be one of the bigger states in the nation that's going to have the focus on veterans. More than anything, from what I've been hearing.
It's great. Now, where are you going to put us this year? I mean, last time we could hardly hear anybody because the band was so loud.
No, we're going to have you a little bit further from the stage. That's
all right, good.
All right. That's for sure.
The only time I want to be close to that stage again like that is if we're on stage emceeing. Then I'll accept the noise. Okay.
Exactly. Well, we have the Bruce Harper Big Band. They start off the show at 11, and you can't get any better than that.
No, absolutely. They're tremendous.
They are, as Martin says, the kickinest band in all of Vegas.
In all of Vegas.
All of the world.
They're about a 30-piece band, aren't they? Something like that?
There's 16.
Yeah, if you've never heard...
But they sound like 30.
Yeah, they do. If you've never heard a big band live, then it's something that you need to come down and experience it, because you'll remember it for the rest of your life.
Absolutely.
I think it's tremendous. The more we get involved with different events, the more we've been exposed to music.
Right.
And the music in this town is just beyond belief. And every time we get an opportunity to be part of something like that, we're there. And we just love every minute of it.
And the kids actually love all the big bands and the wonderful singers that'll be there. And we have a finale that's going to be really special. We're doing a 50-year anniversary of the Beatles and the Ed Sullivan Show. And in fact, next week is the 50th anniversary of the Beatles being here in Las Vegas.
That's right. I heard about it.
So we're really excited to have the Fab, which is the ultimate celebration of Beatles music. They are fantastic.
A very special surprise attached to it.
All right.
Nobody can know.
We call that a tease, folks.
Yes, that is a tease. We will have Ed Sullivan there, so it'll be quite interesting how that happens.
All right. See, we're not the only ones that bring back the dead.
Yeah. and a slew of other wonderful entertainers that came back from last year that
we know Jeannie Bride very well.
Yes,
Jeannie's fantastic. Rosanna Telford is actually one of amazing. She has not been on our stage before. She's going to do Patsy Cline. She will blow you away.
Wow.
As well as Denise Rose, who does an amazing
I've seen her before.
tribute to Judy Garland.
Right.
And
Peter
Rob
Pavone.
Garrett, the King of Diamonds,
Right.
can't get any better than that. He's amazing.
We met him at the July 5th birthday party at Mike Leonetti's and Sandy Castell's house.
Yeah, he's amazing.
He is the nicest person you'll ever come across. Big heart, always willing to give back, especially for the veterans. He said, whenever you do one of these, let us know. And he's always made time for us, and I love it.
Nina, how many vendor tables do you have?
We're going to have about 100 again, which is a great showing. A lot more veterans organizations, a lot of more resources.
Right.
We'll definitely have Hugh. We want to say thank you to Humana and Palm Mortuary, who are our platinum sponsors. Without them, this event cannot go on, and their support of the Nevada Veterans Foundation is huge. They are so grateful.
Get a ticket to this thing.
It's completely free.
It's free.
Yeah, it's a free event.
Free.
Son of a gun.
We put together the Spotlight Guide, and we want to make sure that everyone gets one. And one way to do that is to have a large event like this.
Right.
Have free resources, free services, free health screenings.
Right.
Food?
Free. Oh yeah, free food too.
Really?
I was
kidding?
No, I'm not kidding. Free food.
I was just handed VIP tickets, even though it is free, but VIP tickets, which will give somebody what?
That will give you, generally, every time we do this, there's about 300 people in line. You won't have to wait.
You
in
go
line.
right to the front.
Go right to the front, go right in, and fill out the back for a free
Entry into the raffle. On the back of it, you can see the.
Well, for anybody that
Don't stuff the box.
for people that are listening, okay, live, give us a call at 702-483-4444, and we'll give you a pair of tickets. If you hear this on podcast, just send us a quick email to vegasunwrapped@gmail.com, and we'll make sure you get a
and
pair
put
of the tickets.
spectacular in the subject line.
Yeah, put spectacular, or senior, or military. That'll work. All right, Nina, these are great. Thank you.
The last event we did, which was back in April?
March.
Wow,
Okay.
time flies when you're having fun.
You and we actually have a common vendor together. Lori Invick from Compassion Care Hospice.
Oh, yes. They're fantastic. Lori's part of our network, and they do a great job over there at Compassion Care.
We're very blessed that they're actually an advertiser, Vegas Unwrapped. We met
Fantastic.
them. We met them at last year's event, and through the Jewish war veterans.
Yeah.
Yes.
We met a
Paul
contact.
Sobel.
Right.
Paul and Zelma.
We met them, and they hooked us on to Honor Flight of Southern Nevada.
Yes.
Which we're
going to be involved with again in a couple of weeks.
Yep. Yeah. You guys are going to be down at the Pancake Breakfast?
We did it back in April.
We're going to be doing a 2-hour
live
remote.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Yeah, they'll definitely be there. Honor Flight is one of the organizations that we like to help support. Nothing more inspiring than going down to the airport and cheering them on when they get off the plane,
Right.
and how much they appreciate everyone and the respect of what they've done with their lives and in support of the country.
No question.
I was told the last time that we were going to do this to bring at least 1 to 2 boxes of Kleenex, because when you start interviewing these people and when you hear their stories, it's going to choke you up. And it did.
That's because you blubber at Rin Tin Tin. I mean, come on.
Well, Rin Tin Tin was my dog. Anyway, the point is, these stories are fabulous. Get down there September the 6th, Harley Davidson store at...
but we're not plugging them right now. We're plugging the
but
Spotlight
we got to do
Spectacular.
both because they're great.
Right. Okay, Red Rock Harley Davidson for Honor Flight.
Yeah.
That's,
Yeah, for the
Because
Honor Flight.
It all
Yeah,
ties in
absolutely
together,
support
doesn't
it.
it?
Yes, absolutely support it.
But
See, I
the
told you.
Yeah, but on August 23rd,
That's
which
like having
is
the
next
Tuscany
Saturday,
Grill on for an interview while we're at Sienna's. Way to go.
It was a good job.
Actually, we're going there right after this. We
Where,
love
Tuscany
that.
Grill?
No,
Sienna's. You got to go there on a Wednesday night.
We'll
Come
have
up
to
Wednesday
in.
nights
We'll
because
have to.
We're
Sandy
out.
Castell and Mike Leonetti, they do a whole entertainment night from 8 to midnight.
Oh, that's fantastic.
And we're there interviewing people.
From
Yeah,
about
we're
8
supposed to be
10.
talking to Sandy in the mornings.
Oh, you're going on tomorrow morning?
Yeah, not tomorrow morning, but next week.
Next week. All right.
All
if you're on Wednesday, we'll be there.
Okay.
That's a show that'll knock your socks off too.
Absolutely. All right, so the third annual Spotlight Spectacular for Seniors Summerfest 2014 at the Orleans Hotel and Casino upstairs in the ballroom area, Mardi Gras and Esplanade Ballrooms.
Yes,
we can't miss it. We got the whole second floor. That's the bottom line, pretty much.
Yeah, it's on the second floor. On the Esplanade room, you'll see a lot of great resources and services there. We got to say thank you to Carefree Senior Living, Comfort Keepers, and the Cleveland Clinic are also one of our main sponsors
Excellent.
too. And without them, we could not support the veterans this way. Come out and have some free food, free entertainment.
You gonna have pet adoptions there?
Yes, we will have pet adoptions. The Animal Foundation will be there, so they're going to be supporting the veterans. They know that it's a great way to adopt those wonderful animals and give back to the veterans. They give unconditional love, and the veterans love adopting them. So they're coming out as well. But all of this is for the Nevada Veterans Foundation and the Fisher House Las Vegas, which is so needed here in the Valley.
Check out the website at www.spotlightspectacular.com for any other questions, comments, information, whatever you need. See a video clip of last year's event. I believe you have up on the website.
Yes.
If you look real closely in the far back right-hand corner of the video, you can see barely the banner Vegas Unwrapped back there. But no, we will be there this year again, and we enjoyed mingling and meeting people, and we're looking forward to it again.
I will tell the folks out there, especially those that have diabetes, take extra metformin.
I'm bringing my bottle.
Take extra insulin. Every single vendor table has chocolate. That's right.
You have to tell them to bring some sugar-free chocolate.
You better do something because
really.
it is a great day to do that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you guys for popping in. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Look forward to seeing you on the 23rd.
You got it.
Nina 10, Senior Spotlight Spectacular, coming up August 23rd. That's the end of hour number 1 already, Mr. Cash.
How did that go so fast?
When you're busy with people, that's what happens. Hour number 2, right around the corner. We kick off with celebrity birthdays, dates, and history, and we go downhill from there, of course.
You know it.
Vegas Unwrapped, Phillips and Cash, Bobcat on the board, JPEG behind the camera. You, the listener, will be back right after this. Is underway, Mr. Cash.
Mr. Phillips, take a peek over at the Ricky Cash page here.
Very nice. No wonder why you're distracted.
Well, look who wants to be friends with me.
They're all Russians.
I know.
I come to take American man.
He fell in love with that girl from Romania last night.
Oh, my
Claudia
God.
Maria?
Claudia Maria. She was just, I'll tell you what, honest to God, I thought she was spectacular.
She was.
She really was. And so cultured and so dynamic and what she was so European. She was amazing. I didn't get a chance to hear her sing. She said when she came back, she said she didn't think she did a good job, but she's good.
She did good.
She did
You
good.
didn't get to hear her?
No, we didn't.
No, because we were doing an interview and we heard Marco was up, and then by the time that interview was done, she was finished. So
I'll have the videos up this weekend.
good.
All right, because I certainly would like to.
Get off that page so you can pay attention.
I am paying attention.
No, you're not. You're paying attention to Manny, Mo, and Jack. All right, before we go to celebrity birthdays,
If he dies, he dies.
I'm going to whip him in celebrities.
You know she's here after American man.
let's give a quick throw over to the Vegas Unwrapped Sports Desk and Bobcat.
I'm here. There you go. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Vegas Unwrapped. Your story, the Bobcat from the Sports Desk right here at Vegas Unwrapped. So, you guys wanted to start it with a Little League Baseball. Well, it's day 1 kicking it up, and our Nevada team was a big-time winner over South Dakota today, 12-2. All right, so the kids are knocking that ball out, man. I'm liking that. Let's jump and hit a little bit of Major League Sports here for you, and we'll start out with the Major League Baseball. Right now, bottom of the 10th, it's Arizona and Miami tied 4-4. Bottom of the 8th, it's 6-3 Tampa Bay over Texas. Top of the 9th, St. Louis Redbirds over the San Diego Padres 4-2. Top of the 6th inning, it's Colorado 7, the Cincinnati Reds 3. Finals today, the Dodgers over on top of the Braves 6-4. Pittsburgh took it one on the chin from Detroit 5-2. And how about those amazing Kansas City Royals, guys? 7-3 today over the Oakland Athletics. A 6-2 final for Milwaukee and Chicago. And the Boston Redbirds right there, 9, Houston 4. And I'm sorry, Mr. Cash, your Mets come up short today against Washington 4-1. Okay, so
it's amazing. They can't beat Washington. They lost 11 straight to them in their home park. But you're right about the Kansas City 18-4 in their last 22 games.
That's right, and they're on after today an 8-game winning streak, and they're just launching out, man. I mean,
Watch out.
good to see the world.
It's their second run of the year like
Yes,
this.
they had a
They
run
won
earlier.
and they're in first place.
Watch out.
Real quickly-
Are they ahead of Detroit now?
I think so.
I have to pull that back up for you. But real quickly, NFL preseason action for you. Chicago and Jacksonville. It is 20-19 with about 50 seconds to play in the fourth quarter. And finally,
winning?
I'm sorry, it was 20-19 Chicago over Jacksonville with about 50 seconds.
You guess.
And finally, Tony Stewart has pulled out of the running of the Michigan 400 this week. Of course, everybody knows what happened.
Yeah.
I'm not going to delve into it anymore. I've said my piece on it. Jeff Burton will serve as the intern driver for this weekend for Stewart Haas Racing.
All right.
Okay, that's what we got.
If you are celebrating a birthday today, like my dear friend Lauren is,
Yes, Lauren Plotkin.
she is celebrating a birthday today, August 14th. We want to wish you a happy birthday from all of us at Vegas Unwrapped Internet Radio. We want to wish you all a happy birthday. All right, here we go, gentlemen. Are you ready to kick it off?
Wait a second, I got to get my scoreboard
Get your
here.
scoreboard out.
I am so ready.
Yeah, because you got beat last week, buddy.
Got beat by the girls the week before that, too.
Yeah, and then then he won the week before that, but the week before that I crushed him.
He's lost 3 out of the last 4 weeks.
This is very distasteful.
And I can honestly say that he doesn't have any cheat sheets up on his laptop.
I don't know. I don't like that mouse thing that keeps changing
I could
colors
see,
here on me.
No, I could see his page.
I'm making friends with all the Russians.
American man.
That's because.
You know, that's how they hack us. You know that.
Yeah, I'll tell you what.
Got to change your passwords.
That's because
Every day.
because they're the ones that will be first notified of a very special thing that's going to happen next Thursday on this show.
What's going to happen?
We'll see.
Oh, okay.
I'm ready. Let's go. Let's play. Are you ready, Cash?
I'm ready.
Here we go.
I'm ready.
Heisman Trophy winner from the University of Florida, Mr. Tim Tebow, is turning how old today?
24 years of age today.
27 years old today.
27 would be the correct answer.
I am loaded for bear.
That's as many as he's going to get. Mila Kunis. She played Jackie on The 70s Show, Rachel in Forgetting Sarah Marshall, and the voice of Meg Griffin on Family Guy. And is also attached, apparently, to Ashton Kutcher. She is turning how old?
37.
37.
44.
Oh, my God. You want to take a shot, JPEG? 25. No, 31 is the correct answer. You guys all sucked on that one.
Okay. Here's a walk. What the hell?
No.
What the heck? I'm only 3.
Actress Catherine Bell.
Ooh, she's hot.
She played Major Sarah McKenzie on JAG, and now she's part of Army Wives. How old is Catherine Bell turning?
I'd say Catherine Bell's 41.
41.
39.
How old?
39.
39. No guess from JPEG. Well, she's turning 46, gentlemen.
Ooh, man.
Looking fine.
Sylvester Stallone's wife, Jennifer Flavin, is turning how old?
Wow. That is great.
Give JPEG an honorary point.
Yeah,
that was pretty good.
That is
Give him an honorary
excellent.
point.
Give me a 1 on that one.
If you couldn't hear what he said 19.
All right.
Because he's, what, 65? He's pushing
Yeah.
70 by now.
I was going to say, does he fall in the same category as Woody Allen and all the rest
so.
of them?
Jeez.
There you go.
I'll say 22.
22.
22.
Darn, man. Oh, man, let's at least make her 35.
All right, but 46 would be the correct answer.
She's still 20 years younger.
That's
I
right.
didn't even know he was married.
God bless him.
Delicious actress Halle Berry is turning how
Oh,
old?
my God. Hallie's 42.
42.
I'm going to say 40.
40.
46.
46. 48, however, would be the correct answer.
No way. She's 48 years old? Really? Cash, do you believe that?
It's not fair.
No, it's just not right. All right.
Absolutely. All right, next one. Susan Olsen. She played Cindy on The Brady Bunch.
Former porn star, too. You remember that?
I remember that.
Yeah.
She turned out to be a porn star.
Yeah, man.
And I didn't know that.
Well, if you get past the VHS days and get into DVDs, you'd be okay.
All right, I'm going to say she's 50.
Okay. I'll say Miss Susan is she's 52.
53 would be the Next one, Sarah Brightman. She played Christine in Phantom of the Opera when her ex-husband, Andrew Lloyd Webber, wrote the musical version of Phantom. How old is Sarah Brightman?
Sarah Brightman's up there, guys. I'm going to say she's 60.
We'll go 65.
How about 54? Ooh. You guys just pushed her up there for crying out loud.
She'll be happy with us.
Irvin Magic Johnson. How old is Irvin turning?
Irvin's birthday is today.
Really? Yeah.
Magic, let's see. Magic
54?
about... Okay, 54. I was going to go 58.
58?
I'll go 56.
55, though, would be the correct answer. Former NASCAR driver Rusty Wallace is turning how old? This should be right in your wheelhouse here, Bobcat.
Go ahead, Mr. Cash.
Rusty Wallace. 59.
No, Rusty's not that old. He's, well, you know what? I'll go 57.
57, 59. You don't want to go down the middle?
No.
Because if you did, you'd get it right at 58. That's why.
58.
Great. You give him a point. I'm throwing the camera.
No, I gave him. No, he got an honorary point for his previous answer.
All right.
Jackie, actress Jackie. She played Sandra Clark on 227. 66 from JPEG.
God, she's got to be up there, Mr. Cash. I'm going to go she's 69.
69.
I'll go 65.
Well, you're all wrong. 58 would be the right answer.
Oh, we aged her real quick, didn't we?
Gary Larson, cartoonist from Far Side, turns how old?
I have no idea.
I don't even know who this guy is, but I was...
He's a cartoonist.
54.
54.
Far Side?
Far Side? You never read Far Side?
Oh,
What the heck kind of childhood?
I'm telling you.
58.
Very
I
sharp.
mean, I read Archie in the comics, okay,
Me
and
too.
Scoob. And
Archie got killed, didn't he?
Yeah, he sure
He's
did.
done.
He's
What
out
did
of
you
it.
say?
58.
58. What did you say? 56?
60.
62 would be the correct answer.
Ooh, that was a shot in the dark.
Now, I know none of you are going to get this one because there's no avid wrestling guys in here, but I'll say it anyway.
Wait a second.
Tell me what, you're
I'm young.
all right, Bob Backlund is turning how old?
Oh, my goodness, man.
I was in Madison Square Garden in the mid-'70s when he beat Superstar for the title. Superstar Billy Graham.
Bob Backlund is 71 today.
71. Anybody else?
I'm going to say 70.
70?
That's what I was going to say.
Okay, 64 would be the correct answer. Author Danielle, there's a lot of great names on tonight's list. Danielle Steele.
Author. My wife
Author.
loves her.
Yeah.
Yes, loves her books.
57.
57.
58.
58. 70. 67, however, would be the correct answer. All right, Antonio Fargas, better known as Huggy Bear in
We
Starsky and
met
Hutch. Cash and I had the opportunity to interview him on the Don Hill Show. Absolutely.
Huggy
Bear, you betcha.
God, man, Mr. Cash, you got to be getting up there, bro. I mean, he was wheeling and dealing.
66.
Wheeling and dealing.
Well, that's what he used to do. He wheeled and dealed,
I know.
man.
66 is guess number one.
I'll go 69.
69. 68 would be the correct answer. You guys are all around it, but you're just not getting there. Comedian and actor Steve Martin.
One heck of a banjo player, too.
And it's funny with the comment that you posted on Facebook today. Is that where you got it?
That's what I thought of.
Oh, okay.
Steve Martin, 68.
68.
I'll go 69.
69. 69 is the correct answer. Mr. Cash gets a point somehow. All right, let's see. Who else here? David Crosby.
From the Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
That would be the one.
All righty.
I'm going to say 73.
I was gonna say 73, so I'll back it to 72.
73 would be the correct answer.
All right,
And
Cash.
that does it for tonight's celebrities' birthdays. If you're celebrating a birthday today with all of these people, once again, happy birthday from all of us at Vegas Unwrapped Internet Radio.
We crushed them.
Yeah, man, guys, you let Cash back in the winner's circle.
That's all right.
We're going to dispense. No, we're going to dispense with dates in history because
well, I can
we
do
have
that.
guests. We have guests that are sitting patiently here in studio with us. So we'll get to the guests on the other side of the break because we have to get their names and know who they are. Because I don't see one from it. You're with Shalani, right? The assistant or a helper or something?
I'm a helper.
You're a helper, okay? Because she left me a voicemail. So, all right, we'll get everybody's names. We'll know what's going on. This is for the event event this weekend that I'm hosting down at the Orleans Hotel while you're away back east giving your daughter away as a bride.
Yes, I am.
So we'll learn more about this event coming up here. You're listening to Vegas Unwrapped on VegasAllNetRadio.com or your downloadable app, whichever's convenient for you. Phillips and Cash, Bobcat on the board, JPEG behind the camera. You, the listener. We'll be back right after this. All right, welcome back to Vegas Unwrapped. Aaron Phillips, Ricky Cash. The Chinese fire drill is underway yet again tonight.
This is good, though, because...
We've been blessed with many guests tonight.
Because when we have a lot of guests, the show goes quickly, and you and I don't have to do too much.
No. But we're saving up our energy because the last segment of tonight's show, we're going to talk about, of course, we lost Lauren Bacall this week, but the shocking passing of Robin Williams. And that's really the one thing we're going to talk about towards the end of the show, because I'm going to share a revelation about myself, and I know you're going to do the same and kind of put our 2 cents into it. But that's really the only thing that we're focusing on for us to do tonight, because tonight's been all about our guests. And joining us tonight at this point, to my left is Sonia, and over there to Cash's left, did I say my right? I meant my left. Sonia's, this is my left. You're right over there on the camera. Chris and Megan. Hi, guys. Welcome to Vegas Unwrapped.
Hi.
Welcome. It's so nice to see everybody. So, Sonia, why don't you talk about the organization that's behind the event on Saturday and why Chris and Megan are here tonight?
Actually, it's with Mosaic Sky Performing Arts Company. They're doing a performance for Saturday called The Circle of Life. And I'm a mentor.
Okay.
I am a mentor for the children. I actually just today, they had one of the rehearsals for the recital.
Okay.
And I became a big sister to one of the children.
Oh, very congratulations.
These kids are absolutely amazing. I will be performing a song with Megan Saturday. We're going to be doing Shadowland.
Yep.
And Christopher's, they're amazing children. This... What Shalani has done here is she has taken children with special needs, okay, and we're talking autism, ADDs, foster children, any of the children that have any type of special needs.
Okay.
So anybody out there that's listening to this radio show, if you want to get in contact with Shalani, we'll be more than happy, to give you that phone number. And,
yeah, please do so if you have it handy.
Okay. Yes, I do. Would you want me to tell you right now?
Absolutely. As long as we're talking about it. We'll do it a couple of times, but
okay.
Go ahead.
It's 702-764-2632. She is the founder of the company, Mosaic Sky Talent. And I'm also going to tell you, I was called and told that they needed some help. Okay. And when I got there to it was at the Orleans, they do some practicing there. And I found when I met the children that they really didn't need me. I needed them. These children are amazing, and they just complete this. It's the circle of life, I tell you that. They're just amazing. There's a lot of love. So much love. I wish everybody could actually just come and just be in there just for about 10 minutes and they'll feel it.
Sure.
So
now to let you in on a little something, my partner over here many moons ago,
back in 1811.
Yeah, 1811. Which, he actually was a principal, but his background is special ed.
Yeah.
Really?
And my wife is an assistant principal in the school district, but she's been involved in special ed for over 25 years.
Oh, so you know
we
what I'm
kinda
talking
understand.
about.
Exactly what you're talking about. And look, it's still, when you talk about it, it still sends chills up my arm, because I know that the children with special needs, quite frankly, what happens is that the adults get the pleasure and the feeling. It's almost totally unexpected, and yet it's something that stays with you, quite frankly, for the rest of your life. And I taught 35 years ago, and I can tell you the names of every single student in my classes.
Oh, and it's true.
I can't remember what I ate for breakfast, but those kids, I remember their names.
They change your life.
Yes.
Now let's talk about the performance on Saturday before we go to Chris and Megan. It's this Saturday at the Orleans, but we're going to be spending a lot of time at the Orleans, Mr. Cash, and I will be. 3 p.m. And is it upstairs in the ballrooms? Is that where it is?
No. It's right there on Buzz and Brushes. So
okay.
if anybody knows where the theaters are,
Right.
It's right around that side of the doors when you walk in. It's just on your right hand
Gotcha.
side. It's that one right there.
Gotcha.
Okay. It's a fundraising event. Okay, so that would be wonderful. If donations are very
Bring
much
your wallets
welcome.
because I'll be asking for money.
Bring your wallets and make sure they're full.
That's right. That's right. Cash only, maybe credit cards. But
You gotta have a lot on that credit card.
absolutely.
No, we'll accept anything. Any little bit helps. But also too, they are doing an auction. Okay, a silent auction.
Love silent auctions.
Okay.
Every time I go to one, I write my name down, and it's more money than I have.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And I said, "Don't pick me, don't pick me."
Hope somebody beats his bid.
But if I won something like that, and I know that the money is going to the cause, all the better.
Absolutely.
And they're going to have nice art pictures
Okay.
and stuff like that. So it's going to be very, very nice to have this. And, in order for Shalani to keep this production going, and we do need help. So it's nice to get something for it, So
Now, this is just a prelude because there's a big fall or winter event coming up in December.
yes.
This is sort of like practice for the big show in December.
Yes.
Where
it's
Mr.
gonna
Cash and I will be there for that one.
real big. It's a fall concert. They have not yet got the venue for that, but they are working for it, and the children are working extremely hard, and they're so professional. I love them. They're so amazing.
Well, let's talk to Megan and Chris. Let's find out. So Chris, how old are you?
I'm 23.
23. Megan, how old are you?
I'm 20.
20. Excellent. So you're looking forward to Saturday?
Yes.
Yes.
And how much practice have you guys been doing?
A lot. This week we've been practicing like every day for like 4 hours.
Nice.
Yeah, it's been a long week.
You could probably do it in your sleep.
Yeah.
And so how long have you been part of the Mosaic Sky program? How long have you been there?
I've been a part since I was in 7th grade.
Okay.
And now I'm a sophomore in college.
Where are you going?
To Grand Canyon University in Arizona.
Good for you. What are you studying?
Special education.
Oh, there's a shock.
Wow!
Good for you.
Thank
Good for
you.
you.
Look at my chills, guys.
Right.
Look at my chills. I'm
Chris, how about you, Chris? Are you going to school now, or what are you doing?
Well, actually, I've been finishing high school.
Okay.
Like already, and I've been with Mosaic like over a year now.
Okay.
And being with Mosaic, it's like we are like a big family.
Great.
When it comes to us, and so we sing, we dance, and we act like almost every day, like this week, and so we've been practicing like our lines,
Okay.
like every single day.
So answer me this: is this the first time that the two of you are appearing in public, or have you done this before?
I have done this before through like Mosaic Skies, and then I also did it in high school.
Very nice.
Yeah, so I've
and
done
Chris,
that.
what about you?
Well, actually, like I went to Reno one time, and I was like advocate for the Down syndrome thing, and after that, I joined Mosaic, and they helped me with my disability that I have, and Mosaic to me, it's been amazing.
No, you are amazing, Chris.
Yes.
You've gone to Reno, you've gone places, and you live your life like nothing's wrong, right?
I can't
Right.
get Cash
Good
out of the
job.
city. You've been to Reno. That's great.
No, it's wonderful. It's absolutely wonderful.
So how many performers are going to be involved Saturday? How many acts or dancing? What's happening on Saturday? Any idea? How many other students? How many other singers, actors?
About 22?
Yeah, 22.
Okay.
About
Yeah,
22.
that's a lot of us kids, though.
Okay.
That's like a lot.
Okay. And they're all ready? Are they going to be as good as you guys?
Yes.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
But you're going to be best, right?
You're going to try.
Yes, we're going to try.
Yeah, we're gonna try.
Well, I'll tell you what.
on.
No matter how you think you do, you're all winners in my book.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Already winners. So what do you want to do in the future? Do you guys want to sing and dance professionally? What do you like? Megan, you're done with college in a couple of years. You're going to become a teacher, or what are you going to do?
I'm going to become a teacher,
Okay.
and I'm hopefully going to stay in Arizona, and I hope to do theater on the side, like during the summer when I have off.
Okay. Very good. And Chris, how about you? What do you want to do in the future?
What I think I want to do in the future is to keep performing.
Okay.
Because I've been performing on this when I was like 20 years old.
Okay.
And so I want to take this like professional kind of way.
Very good. Very good. Broadway someday. We'll see your name in lights on Broadway or something on a stage.
Someday.
There you go.
Someday
Good.
that's gonna happen.
Good.
Well, if it's not Broadway, it'll be on the Las Vegas Strip. How's that?
Absolutely. Hey, by the way, our phone number is 702-483-4444. If you want to call in and ask Sonia a question about Mosaic Sky or ask Chris or Megan a question, you can certainly do that. I want to bring Mom in just for 1 second, if you don't mind, Mom. Step up to the mic. This is Megan's mom. Because obviously, now, I'm sorry, your first name again?
Yogi.
Yogi. Oh, Yogi. I know Yogi. Except he was a catcher for the Yankees. That's the only Yogi I know.
I know a second Yogi.
Yogi Bear?
Sure, of
There
course.
you go.
Yogi Bear.
So, do you have any other children besides Megan?
No, Megan is my only daughter.
Okay. Must be proud.
Very proud.
Must be also a lot of work.
No, it's what you get what you put into it. So it's all been a joy.
Okay.
It's been a gift.
It is what it is, basically.
It's been more what it is. She has proven her doctors wrong with her initial prognosis.
Okay.
I've had her neurologist tell me, now when I talk to parents when a child is born, that I remember Megan and I don't give them the doom and gloom speech, that there is hope.
Right. Very good.
Well, I think, and I'm going to say this as a former principal who's worked with many, many parents with children with special needs, and I can tell you from the bottom of my heart, it's exactly what you said. What you put into it is exactly what you get out of it. And obvious, just hearing Megan tell us about her life, you have done a spectacular job, Mom.
No, she has done a spectacular job. She is not a quitter. She never gives up. Last week, she just got her driver's license.
Uh-oh. Very good. Very good. You're going to get your own car soon?
I actually have my own car.
Which is what? What are you driving?
A Santa Fe.
Oh, my gosh.
I've had it for a while because I have adaptions in my car.
Okay.
So on my left side, I use the gas and brake on my left side.
Okay.
And I have a spinner knob to help me make my turns.
Okay.
So I've had that car for a while, and it's been my car, and I've driven for a while.
She's got better cars than you and I, Cash.
Hey, I'm telling you. I'll tell you what I would like. I'd like to have the things that she has for that. Because, boy, that would make my life infinitely easier.
Chris, how about you? You driving yet?
Actually not yet.
Are you working for it?
I'm still working on that, yes.
Good job. Good job. Well, listen, we want to wish you guys a lot of luck and a lot of fun on Saturday. I will be there because I'm going to be emceeing the event with, I believe, somebody else. I found that out today. But I'm going to be there Saturday to help fundraise, to see you guys perform. I may even bring my wife because I told her about the event. So you may get a chance to meet my wife for this event. And I'll tell you what, I'm getting goosebumps because I'm really looking forward to seeing you guys perform and seeing for this event.
I'm a little disappointed.
Well,
however,
maybe I'll bring the video camera.
That'll be great because I'll be there in spirit, and I'll certainly join you at the next event. There'll be no question about that.
That's in December sometime is what we're shooting for. Again, let's give the website, let's give contact. If somebody wants to make donations but they can't make it Saturday, what can they do, Sonia? Can they go to the website and make a donation through the website, or is it just best to contact Shalani for that information?
I think it would be best to contact Shalani.
Okay.
And once again, her phone number is, let me find that. Where did I put it?
On the bottom of another page, I saw that you had it here.
Really? Here we go.
there it is.
There it
Okay,
is.
I
We
got some
found
of my
it.
stuff here. Okay, yay, we found it. Okay, Shalani is 702-764-2632. She is the founder of this. And also, I wanted to mention
Please, yes.
we have sponsors. The main sponsors and venues are Trinity Academy of Performing Arts, Buzz and Brushes at the Orleans and Las Vegas Indoor Sports on Rampart. So we are, however, in need of more sponsors.
And of course, we're the official media sponsor.
Yes.
Vegas Unwrapped.
Vegas Unwrapped.
That's right.
Yes. And the event, once again, is Saturday, August 16th, and that's at 3 o'clock. And a fundraising event. Donations are welcome. We got silent auctions. It's going to be so much fun. You will just be filled with so much love in this place. You're just going to be amazed.
And after the show,
We have a reception at 5 o'clock.
yeah,
At
so
5
we can
p.m.
mingle and we can and get to know each other a little bit better.
Oh, yes.
So if you have donations for the silent auction item, bring them down or call Shalani. We can make
Mm-hmm.
arrangements to get them. Yeah, I don't know how much a Vegas Unwrapped T-shirt will fetch, but
You never know.
no, I might find something at the
Well, that might be nice.
Phillips Chateau that we can
Yeah.
possibly donate
5,000 pens that we still have.
with or without the flashlight.
It's called the Circle of Life, folks.
Absolutely.
And it sounds like it's going to be a tremendous event, and we're all looking forward to being there.
The
Absolutely.
Lion King, the Circle of Life. It's
Yep.
from the Lion King.
Correct.
It
That's
is,
what they're
of course.
performing, so.
Chris and Megan, thank you so much for coming in tonight
Thank
and
you.
meeting us,
Thank you.
letting us meet you and introduce you to the audience. And I look forward to seeing you guys perform on Saturday.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mom, thank you for bringing the kids down. We appreciate it.
My pleasure.
And being as strong as you are and being probably the best mom that there is out there. Megan, is she a good mom?
She's an
good.
awesome mom.
All right, there you go.
I love it.
Double her chore allowance, will you, Herman? That's all. Sonia, thank you for coming down and filling in.
Thank you so much. for having
Shalani, I
us
understand,
on.
is feeling a little under the weather, so she could not make it tonight.
She is so busy with this 24/7.
I'm sure. All right, so that does it for these guys. We'll see them on Saturday. We'll report on that next week. Coming up next, Cash and I are going to spend a little time talking about the passing of Robin Williams and give our thoughts on that and some other things going on around town.
Absolutely.
Vegas and Rob, Phillips and Cash. We'll be back. Okie dokie. Welcome back to Vegas Unwrapped. We're coming around the clubhouse turn. Hey, before we get going here with our last segment, I want to remind everybody to stay tuned to BCN Talk with host Robert Morgan, Gil Stonebarger. BCN Talk, where businesses come to listen to thrive. So come stay with us at 9 o'clock from 9 to 10 p.m. BCN Talk. I'm sure if you go to their page, their guests escape me off the top of my head. I'm sure if I know that they're listening in the conference room, so if they want to jot down who their guests are and slip it under the door, I'll be happy to plug them. John will get the piece of paper as he's up against the door. All right, before we put in our 2 cents regarding the passing of Robin Williams, let's talk about last night for a few minutes.
Well, I'll tell you what, Phillips and Cash are scoring big time in the world of music and entertainment. We have a regular gig, if I can use that expression.
I suppose better than gag.
On Wednesday night at Sienna's Authentic Italian Trattoria restaurant, where we interview as many people as we can who are involved.
It's like speed dating.
Yeah, it's the Sandy Castell cocktails and
Jazz and cocktails.
And we've done it now 3 of the past 4 weeks, and we've made a commitment to continue to do that while they're hosting their performers, and we met some amazing people last night. Just people that are so into helping here in the community. We talked a little bit about the homeless vets and the program that they have for them.
Right.
Plus, we interviewed some tremendous entertainers. I'll tell you what, that Wednesday night takes you right out of, and this is a good segue for us, Aaron. It took me right out of the rough feelings I was having this past week. and we'll go into that in a minute, but that was a very, very big up for me last night. It kind of brightened my day knowing that, here we are, two guys that all we wanted to do was talk about Vegas, and now we are so entrenched in that aspect of it that it makes me feel good to be down there every week.
Yeah, and you know what? I mean, we've been doing this for over 5 years now, over 300 episodes, interviews, and the people we've met. We've talked about this really ad nauseum over the years about what we've accomplished, but we have to give credit where credit's due over the last couple of months, and we really have to thank Sandy Castell and Mike Leonetti, because for whatever the reason, they see something in you and I.
Well, let's not try to discourage that.
Well, no.
Because we got their spy here.
We're just being, he's part of our team now too. We've nicknamed him, so once you nickname him, you own him.
I love that.
What was his idea?
But it's great.
Yeah, absolutely.
JPEG. That's amazing.
They've seen something in us, and they've allowed us the opportunity to work with them. We're on their show Wednesday mornings, every Wednesday.
We're going to be on their television show, and that debut.
We haven't even talked about that because we don't have all the details.
Well, we know we're going.
We're going to be involved in TV with them, and we're interviewing all these people, and we want to thank them, and without them, we wouldn't have met John, who's now videotaping our shows and adding that to our content. And we're getting more involved with John and getting him to do some more things. So it's really the pay it forward mentality that all of a sudden, and really the last couple of months, again, the people that Sandy and Mike have allowed us to be put in front of, to shake their hand and be able to interview these people or just know them and them to get to know us has really has been the blessing in disguise.
Yeah, and I'm going to again now segue that into what's been happening the last couple of weeks for both of us.
Mm-hmm.
We're on a roller coaster ride. We really want this to work out for us and to get our show and our brand Vegas Unwrapped out there so that people know what we're all about and who we are. And it takes a couple of ups and downs, doesn't it, Aaron?
Yeah, it's one thing that we've learned in 5+ years, and I've been doing this for now going on 7, almost 8 years, that the nice thing is when the studio door closes and the microphone goes on for us, the outside world per se, other than what we choose to share and comment on, really doesn't affect us in here. That light goes on, the microphone goes on, it's our job to entertain, it's our job to provide information, it's our job to bring wonderful people like Chris and Megan to our listener base and really to the world, courtesy of our videos and everything, and yet we still have our regular lives outside the studio. And I remember that the current course that I'm on really started 14 years ago when I lost my mom, and I tried for 2 years meeting with a professional with no additional help other than just going to talk to her on a weekly basis, and I thought I can handle things. And then I have to give credit where credit is due. I was up in Sacramento. I was being retired as a state lieutenant governor for Kiwanis International, and I read about a 4-paragraph article about Terry Bradshaw, the former Pittsburgh Steelers quarterback and now Fox football analyst, how he too was going through some issues because of his divorces and everything else, and he turned to the next step, and he went for some additional help to keep his depression in check. And that's what forced me to kind of look at myself, because I knew when I was on that stage as lieutenant governor, whether I was talking to 5 people or 5,000 people about helping out the community, I was in my element. Nobody could touch me. Nobody. But the minute I walked off that dais or the stage or walked out of a meeting, I got back into my car and I was kind of back into that little bit of a shell. Mm-hmm. And when I read the story about Terry Bradshaw, when the red light went on and he was perfect and you would think he's got no problems, and then his co-hosts noticed that once the red light goes off, that he kind of went reclusive and he needed that extra help. That was really what turned it around for me to say, all right, I need some additional help here, because, I mean, the loss of my mom was very devastating. You can attest to that. I called you at 4:30 in the morning to meet me at the hospital because I couldn't handle it on my own. And Robin Williams, I think he was 63.
Yeah.
For whatever the sometimes Lauren Bacall passed. I never saw her perform. I know her history with Humphrey Bogart and everything. Again, a sad loss to the state of entertainment, and she was 89 years young.
God bless her.
Yeah, absolutely.
She certainly contributed to the.
And I'm not justifying a death for death is a good thing here or a bad thing. I'm not saying one is good over the other. However, all these things that are coming out about depression and is it a disease? It is a disease.
It certainly is a disease.
You hear people talk about, his family was getting some really bad messages about being a coward, taking the coward's way out of life. And
People just don't understand how tough it is to go through depression. Now, sometimes, especially with comedians, and we saw it with John Belushi, and we saw it with, come on, help out.
Philip Seymour Hoffman last year.
But no, I'm talking about comedians. Farley. Right,
Chris Farley.
Right. And
Heath Ledger. Not as a comedian, but to me, suicide is one level. But if you're ODing and you know that you're making that choice like that, I classify that as something different as well.
Well, I'll tell you what, depression medically can be treated. Basically, it is a lack of serotonin to the brain. Bipolar behavior where you're way up, you're manic way up, and then you can fall way down. And a lot of these people, and there are more that are not famous than there are that are famous, suffer from depression.
Right.
And it's, believe me, folks, believe me when I tell you it's debilitating. I personally went through it myself. And it's a very, very, very difficult process to grab a hold of what it is that's confronting you and trying to
control it.
Get it into where it's at.
And anything can trigger depression, stress.
Oh, sure.
I think there's probably more undiagnosed people with depression than there are people diagnosed with depression.
There's no question.
I think I heard the number 7 million people are diagnosed with depression. To me, it's probably 10 times that. 10 times that. People who are walking around with depression who don't realize it. And if you're listening to this, whether live or on podcast, we don't mean to be a downer, but it is reality. Here's some of the things that I've noticed when I fall into this thing. The number one thing, do you stop doing the things you love to do? Like right now, most days or some days, I just want to stay on my couch. I don't want to go out. And I shared this with you during the week. Last Saturday, we had that great event at the Tropicana with the Nevada Boxing Hall of Fame. And we got a call at 10:30 in the morning from Rich Perez to go to that, which was great. Okay? We had a fight to get down there at 4:30, deal with all of that. I had to fight myself to convince myself it was okay to go.
Yeah.
I really didn't want to go.
No kidding. I
want to stay in the pool. I want to stay close to home. I wanted to be with my wife. And to suck it up, basically, and say, all right, we got to do this. Cash, I'll pick you up. Let's go. I had a hard time turning that switch on to actually do it.
I think when I heard about the death of Robin Williams, I immediately, from my past experience and from Aaron's past experience, I immediately knew it was an active depression, and
brought on by something that was brought out today in the news.
Yeah, we just heard that he was diagnosed with Parkinson's.
Yeah,
now,
early stage Parkinson's,
and not everybody could be Michael J. Fox.
Right.
Not everybody can do that.
Right.
And
but Michael J. Fox didn't have the issues that Robin Williams did with drugs and alcohol prior.
That's my point.
Right.
And as sad as I was when I heard it, I'm more sad about it today. In other words, it's been building up. Why? Because I'll tell you the truth, and I believe you're going to probably say the same thing. I'm making comparisons, and I know that I've got my life, or at least the good parts of it, under control. But nevertheless, I have good days and I have bad days, like 98% of all of you out there.
I want to play a little something as a tribute to him, and then I want to know, okay, and I'll give you the segment to think about this. If you did a Mount Rushmore of comedians,
right,
who have passed,
okay,
who would you put on that mountain? I just want to play a few minutes
this
of
while I set up my answer for you.
Good morning, Vietnam! Hey, this is not a test. This is rock and roll. Time to rock it from the Delta to the DMZ. Is that me or does that sound like an Elvis Presley movie? Viva Da Nang. Oh, Viva Da Nang. Da Nang me. Why don't they get a rope and hang me? Hey, is it a little too early for being that loud? Hey, too late. It's 0600. What's the O stand for? Oh, my God, it's early. Speaking of early, how about that Cro-Magnon, Marty Drywitz? Thank you, Marty, for silky smooth sound. Make me sound like Peggy Lee. Freddie and the Dreamers.
Now, that's the way you start off a show.
Wow.
Now,
I mean, the energy, and you know, if you know about Vietnam and all the stuff that was there, he nailed it. He absolutely nailed it.
No question. Now, he's had some bombs. Toys, whatever it was called. But he's never really done a bad movie. Everything from Patch Adams to Awakenings with Robert De Niro. I mean, what
dreams may come.
Right?
What dreams may come. He chills up my arm.
I mean, he won an Oscar for Good Will Hunting. Mrs. Doubtfire, of course. You know, there's Dead Poets Society.
There's a Lost movie that he was in that I absolutely loved. It's called
Moscow on the Hudson?
No, Hotel New Hampshire.
Oh.
And I'm telling you, it's in my top 10 of all time. And Robin Williams is right up there.
All right, I want to quickly play one final clip here. This is Robin Williams doing a routine called The Jewish
People
Standard.
say to me, they say Jesus wasn't Jewish. Yes, of course he was Jewish. 30 years old, single, living at home with his parents. Come on. Working in his father's business, his mother thought he was God's gift. He's Jewish. Give it up. It's an old tradition.
Wow.
I mean, when you know, and he really, his last show called Crazy Ones that was on the CBS network last season was not renewed this year. My favorite part of the show was the outtakes because he was probably the best ad-libber
of all time. There's nobody even close.
You know, I mean,
Jonathan Winters.
Yeah, I wish we had more time, but if you Google it, there's this routine on Johnny Carson where Jonathan Winters comes out in the general's outfit of like the Confederate Army or whatever it is, the Union Army, and Robin Williams is there, and it is one hell of a sketch. All right, we're down to probably about a minute.
No, we're gonna
Mount Rushmore.
All right, you want it right now?
Yeah, give me your thoughts on who would you put in there.
Richard Pryor.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. John Belushi.
Okay.
Robin Williams.
Mm-hmm.
Steve Martin.
Yeah.
Steve Martin's not dead. I said dead.
Oh, okay. All right. All right. So,
how about guys like Jonathan Winters, Foster Brooks, Alan King?
Oh, no. Red Fox.
Red
Fox would be my first. Right up there.
Lenny Bruce.
Lenny Bruce was the reason why people could go on the stage and say, four-letter words. I almost said them, but I figured that's not
How
the
about
way.
George Carlin?
Yeah, now there you go. So who do I take off?
Right.
He's at the top.
So who do you take off?
Listen, Robin Williams is going to be missed, but I want to say this, folks. There's nothing phony about depression. Get help. If you think you are suffering from depression, please call somebody, ask for help before it's too late. If you want to call in to Cash and I or email us, vegasunwrapped@gmail.com, it's okay. We want to thank all of our guests tonight. Are you doing something disgusting with that, or is that just okay?
That's giving us the timeline.
Tom from Consummate Specialty Designs. We want to thank Nina 10. We want to thank the group from Mosaic Sky. Who else am I missing? Oh, Bill Miller at the top of the hour. We still have those football season tickets, so send us an email. As always, Mr. Cash, no better time than to say this right now. Be kind to each other, and why is that?
We are all we have.
Good luck giving Jamie away. God bless everybody. Thanks. We'll see you next week here on Vegas Unwrapped. Thank you, Bobcat, JPEG, Yeoman Job. God bless you all. Have a great week.